Hello and welcome to game 80 of Rolling Realms. 80 games, that's incredible. That's 240 rounds of Rolling Realms that after this game will be on YouTube forever. Thank you for joining me for this today. If it's your first time, your 80th time. Has anyone actually joined me for all 80 of these? That would be incredible. I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games. I'm the designer of this game, Rolling Realms. And yeah, for those of you who haven't joined me for one of these before, this is a infinitely scaling roll and write game where you can play along with me at any time. You can play along with me live right now, or if you get the game later, you can play along with me using the rolls that I have, because we're all going to use the same dice and the same realms, and we're going to try to puzzle it out based on the information we have, which is only 2 dice at a time, and we will try to get our best score. And today, because this is game 80, and this happens to coincide with when we finally have, adding in Tokaido, which will be in round 3, when we finally have enough promo realms based on Stonemaier games to do a full game with all of these realms. So today we're doing, I'll do them in chronological order. So Rolling Realms, Libertalia, and Smitten will be the first 3. I see Julie and Garrett joining us. Garrett says, I think I've watched all 80, but have maybe only attended 70 live. Only? That's a lot, Garrett. Thank you for joining in. I'll jump right in and I'll kind of explain them as I go for anyone who is new to these realms. Let's start out with a roll for those of you who know how to play already. And the roll, put that on camera, is a 3 and a 5. So we're going to play this over the course of 9 turns, and we have a 3 and a 5. And so you need to use one of these numbers in one realm and the other number in one of the other realms. In Rolling Realms, my job is to fill an empty face on any of these worlds, then mark and gain a benefit below that world. I like to use low numbers for this, and I'll put a 3 right here. I'll explain why that is, and I'll cross this off, and I gain a coin. Over here, this little chart shows me what I can use these resources for if I cross them off. In Rolling Realms, I'm basically trying to have worlds. Each of these is a world with different numbers, 3 different numbers, and I'm trying to have the sum of each world equal the sum of at least one other world. Oh, Garrett said, can I flip cameras? Okay, I can, Garrett. I'm worried that it won't work. So is this working, Garrett? Should have asked about that. Garrett says, maybe a Vantage Realm reveal at the end of round 3. I do want to do a Vantage Realm reveal, but we're doing the Tokaido Realm reveal in round 3. Yeah, this is. I thank you for heads up about the camera. Sorry about that. I have been assuming that it's been working the other way around, but right now on my screen is the big camera in the right place. So good to know. And hello, Melissa and Chad. Thank you for joining me as well. Yeah, just today I tried to replicate this issue and had it work the other way around. So let me know if it changes back. Please give me a heads up. That was the 3. The 5 I need to use in another realm. Libertalia is a tough one where I need to do this. I only get 9 turns. There are 9 pirates to fill in here. So ideally, I'd use something in this realm, and then Smitten is a little bit easier. Where can I use this 5 in a way that is pretty effective? I could put well, no, that would cost me things. I don't want to do the pirates that cost me things yet if I can avoid it, and I need to save coins to do that. 30, if I did, let's see, if I did 16 or 11, 16, 25. Ideally, I'd have I don't think I want to use the 5 there. But I'm okay with using a 1 here. So I'll use that coin as a 1. I'll use it down here as 16 and gain a pumpkin and a heart. And then I'll use the 5 over in Smitten. In Smitten, you get to write a number. I'll put that 5 right here. I don't gain anything yet because I'm trying to fill in squares that share a resource between them. And then in the other side, I'll put the sum of the 2. I'll put 8 right here. All right, here we go. Turn 2, a 6 and a 3 this time. 6 and a 3. I hope you all are having a great day so far. It's kind of a hot day in St. Louis. We've had a series of cold spring days here in St. Louis, but it's a little bit warmer here. 6 and a 3. So I kind of like using the 3 again in Rolling Realms if I can, although I like having that 3 would work here as well. Let's put a 3. Yeah, I think I need to keep doing it in Rolling Realms. Let's put the 3 right there and get another coin. And the 6, I should be able to safely use somewhere in Smitten. Don't think I want to use that 6 in Libertalia yet. let's see. Although I am hesitant and careful in this combination to use a bunch of coins because I know I need at least 4 coins if I want to get a great score from Libertalia. But I think I will continue using them for now. Here is a coin to put right here to get a heart from Libertalia. And then I'll use the 6 in Smitten to get some more coins. Let's put that 6 up here. I think, yeah, let's put that 6 there. We'll get a coin. And then the sum 9 will go in the other side. I'll put the 9 right here and get another coin. All right. Camera's still working for you all. Hopefully I have the right layout up. Here is a 3 and a 1 on turn 3. 3 and 1. Oh, I do want to say, in case I forget at the end, tomorrow I might start a little early. I have an errand I need to run for Megan that overlaps slightly with this live cast. So tomorrow I might start, if you want to join me live, I might start around 2:55 St. Louis time. So about 5, maybe a little bit more than 5 minutes early. 3 and a 1. I could put that other 3 right over here. That could work. I also know that I don't need it, but I'd love a 3 or a 1 right here, and I'd love a 2 right there if possible. I will put, I'll complete my 3s. I'll put another 3 right here. Not that you need the same numbers here, but it does help in rolling realms if you just have the same numbers. And I will fill in let's get a pair of pumpkins so I can manipulate numbers if I need to. And then the 1, I'll put the 1. I think it actually doesn't really matter here. I'll put the 1 right here to get a coin. And then on the other side, I will write a 4. And I'll put the 4. I think I'll just go for another coin. I know that I'll need those coins. Are these the last coins that I'm getting? It might be. There's a 4 for another coin. So are those the last coins? No, there's another coin down here I could get. So there's 1 more coin I could get, and I will need all of those to pull this off. So I will go ahead and use a coin. The last coin I think I can use. And I'll put it right here to get 2 hearts. Okay, here we go. A 1 and a 5. 1 and a 5. Gary says, I'll try to keep the chatter to a minimum tomorrow. No, Rob, I love the chatter. And Chad says, do you prefer playing Mistborn cooperatively or competitively? Have you done both ways? I've actually not played competitively or cooperatively yet. I've only played competitively. Which way do you prefer? I'm open to trying both ways. In fact, maybe I'll get into the game table tonight. I haven't played the copy that I bought yet, and I'd love to play that. 5 and a 1. I know that I need 1s and 2s over here, ideally 1s and 2s. It could be any number. 5 and a 1. I could put the 5 over here, although I can't put a 6 over here, and I can't put a 5. Oh, yeah, this combination doesn't work well for this realm. So I might need to put, yeah, I could put a 1 on this side of Smitten. Let's use the 1. Put that 1 right here and get a heart. And then the 5 I'll put on this other side. I know that I need to get, yeah, I'll put the 5 right there to get a heart. That's the 1 that's the 1. I need to use the 5 somewhere. Is it time to use it in Libertalia? There's an easy place to put it here or there just to get a star or a pumpkin. I don't need the star yet. Any number can really go there unless I end up putting a 6 here. I would like to put the 5 right here. 05. Now, the tricky thing here is I will have 1 more coin to use. So I could use a 1 in Rolling Realms. I think I'll do that. I could use 3 hearts to copy the 1 and use in Rolling Realms, but that seems like a little bit of a waste of resources when I could just use 1 coin to put a 1 over here in Rolling Realms. I'll put it right there and get a heart. How are you all doing so far on this? Is this working out? 6 and a 1. Okay, there's another 1 that I need. A 6 and a 1. Garrett says, did you open your copy yet? I found it interesting. The spin down dials were pre-built, but the punch was still in the box. Thought I had a used copy first. I was worried about that same thing, Garrett. But yes, I found it interesting. I certainly don't mind that they pre-assembled the dials. But yeah, same thing with my copy. 6 and a 1. Okay, I think I want to use the 1 over here in Rolling Realms to keep that 1 streak alive. And I could do a 6 and a 7 over here. Let's do that. I'll put the 1 right here and get another heart. I am flush on hearts right now. Maybe I'm even pushing it too far. And then the 6 I'll put over here in Smitten. Get another heart. I'm working towards that coin. And that lets me put a 7 on the other side. I might need to start going after stars a little bit, but this one, they all help you with stars except for this one space. I'll put a 7 right here and get a pumpkin. And that leaves me to copy a number for Libertalia. I still haven't rolled a 2. I'd love to have a 2. Oh, did I overstep? I went too far. Yep. I went a little bit too far with Libertalia. I miscounted on the coins. I thought I only needed 3, but I need 4. Well, that's too bad. Okay, well, I know Libertalia can't fully happen now, but that's okay. Maybe I just focus on these 2. Yes, that's 2 stars that I lost out on there. I'll copy this 6. 1, 2, 3. Actually, given that information, do I even dare do that? Because I could use another number. I'll just do it. I'll copy the 6, and I'll put the 6 right here and get a star. All right, turn 6. A 3. There's that 2 that I needed. A 3 and a 2. So the 2 is the number I wanted right here. Yeah, I'll put the 2 right there. 25. That way, because these have to go in ascending order. That gives me 2 pumpkins. I might need to start using these pumpkins. I also need a 3 in Rolling Realm, so I might copy that 3. And then can I use a 3 in Smitten? I can use a 3. I can't use a 5, though. And that is the sum of the 2 dice. So I can't avoid that. That's okay. I will use the 3 right here. And I'll miss out on a number over here. So that gives me another coin. Now, 3 coins to use. I will probably skip this pirate and go after these 2, which would need to be 4s and 5s for that to work out. Or even 6s, actually. They could be 6s too, or that one could be a 6. I need to copy that 2, I believe. Yeah, let's copy the 2. And put the 2 over here. I'll put it, I'm suddenly going to run out of hearts. I'll put that 2 right there. Okay, turn 7. A pair of 5s. Interesting. Garrett says, Libertalia is a tough puzzle to keep track of. I definitely struggle with it. Yeah, it is. It is probably the tightest of all of the realms. You need a lot of resources. It generates some resources. It's generous in that way, but and you miss out on 2 stars unless you complete it. Pair of 5s on turn 7. Doesn't really help me in Rolling Realms. I might have to use that coin to create a 1 over there, but that's okay. Pair of 5s in Rolling Realms. I could use the 5. Where do I want to use the 5? Oh, and I can't. Oh, that's too bad. I might need to manipulate one of them for Smitten. Yeah, this is tricky. A pair of 5s is set up. A pair is great because I can use 2 hearts, but I don't really want to copy these 5s. So, assuming this is a 3 or a 4. Actually, no, we're skipping that one. I'm ignoring this pirate. I'm going to go with a 5 right here because that way this could be a 3 or a 4. I'll go 5 right there. It does give me a star. I miss out on... I'm going to miss out on 3 stars in Libertalia, unfortunately. That cost me a heart and a coin. The other 5, I think I need to change to a 6. Yeah. Yeah, this 5 will change to a 6, and I'll put it right here, maybe. That gives me a star, and the sum is 10, so I'll put a 10 right there, just in case I start to not be able to fill in these spaces. Okay, and Rolling Realms. I need to do something over there. I have a coin left for that pirate, so I'll use 1 coin as a 1 and put it right there for a pumpkin. Oh, you get to gain a pumpkin. I haven't spent that one. There we go. All right, turn 8. Getting down to the wire here. And of course, we roll a pair of 1s. Was that what you all were hoping for? Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. I wish I hadn't written that 1 down over here. I don't know what I do with a pair of 1s. I can't use a 1 over here. I could use a 2. Over here, I need a 3 at best, a 3 or a 4. But I guess I can just do that on the final turn anyway. And over here, I need another 2. So I need pumpkins. Fortunately, I have pumpkins. So I'll use 2 pumpkins to turn one of these into a 2. I'll put it up there and get that pumpkin back. Oh, and I haven't actually used that pumpkin. I'll actually cross off that pumpkin and that one that I just got to turn the other one into a 2. And I'll put that 2 right here. That gives me a pumpkin. And that lets me put the sum of these two, a 2 on the other side, which is also good. I'll keep going pumpkin, I think. Put that 2 right there for another pumpkin. I'm giving myself a chance at the stars. I don't think actually, I might complete that grid. We'll see if I get a little bit lucky here. What number are you all hoping for in Smitten if you're as close as I am to finishing Smitten off? I really need a 2. I know I need a 2 for rolling realms at the very least. And I need a 3 or a 4. Here's a 3 and a 4. All right, now we're talking. Let's see if that's actually good. I could write a 4 on this side. That actually works out. I can't write a 7 on this side. I could write a 3. I could do a 3 and a 7. A 3 and a 7. Yeah. Okay, here's a 3. That gives me a pumpkin and a star. And I can do a 7 on this side right there to give me a little bit of everything. Fantastic. That's my final pumpkin that I can get. All right. And that is a finished grid. So that is a 5th star over here. The last one is, so that was the 3. The 4, I can use in Libertalia right here. So the 4 can go right there, 42. I get a star. I have to spend a coin and a pumpkin, which is fine. And then over in Rolling Realms, I can copy the, let's see, do I actually need to copy? I think I probably need to copy. Yeah, so this is going to take some resources. I will use 3 to copy the 3, turn it into a 2, and put it right there. Oh, I must have missed out on that heart. I have too many hearts. And that gives me a full sweep of these in Rolling Realms. And I'm 1 heart off from, let's see if I could have made it work. If I had 1 more heart, I could have copied one of these numbers and used 3 pumpkins to change it to, no, wouldn't have gotten there. So yeah, this is the best that I could have done. Not too bad. I'm not unhappy with this. This is 13.5. 13.5 for my score for this round. How did you do? Let me know in the comments how you did compared to my 13.5. Hopefully, even if you didn't score as well, that you had fun. Julie got a 12. Perfectly fine, Julie. This is a tough combination. I mean, these two are pretty generous, but this shows how hard Libertalia is. And Smitten at the end, it's a little bit of luck. Luck of the die roll there in Smitten. But yeah, this was a blast as usual to play along with you all. I look forward to revealing the Tokaido realm, which you may have already seen. You may already have it. Hopefully you do have it on Friday. And tomorrow, Thursday, I will be a little bit early if you want to play along live. A little bit early. Garrett got a 12.5. That's great. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for your support in a very busy week with all this, the tariff, the lawsuit stuff. I'm glad to just distract myself for a little bit and play a game with you. This has been a lot of fun. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.